I've always been interested in cartooning. I have cartoons in my drawer from when I was 5 years old. I've liked to read the comics in the newspaper, comic books. I like to watch cartoons on Saturday morning TV. So cartooning has always been in my life. And I've always liked to draw them. I've just always done it. It's been a hobby, and it's just always been a part of my life as long as I can remember. When I finally decided I wanted to try and put a cartoon strip together and organize something well enough to submit for syndication, I decided the best thing to do would be to look at things that involved me. And I had always drawn cartoons about my friends. Whenever something would happen in our love life or their love life, or there'd be some crisis or something, and I would just draw a little cartoon to lampoon the situation, and nothing cruel or anything, you know, we would just have a big laugh over it. So when I started to put a strip together, I took those women and I incorporated it into like a little story. So it's really based on friends of mine. A lot of times when I'm looking for ideas about what I want to write about, it's either something that's happening in my life or something that's happening in a friend's life, and I'll take a little grain of that and I'll run with it. And if I'm stuck, I'll get ideas from the newspaper or something I've seen on the internet or magazines, and this is where I came across Feng Shui. I would look at the articles and I was really intrigued by it, and I aspire to Feng Shui. My house is not Feng Shui'd by any means, but one of the things that really caught my attention was that you were supposed to get rid of all the clutter in your home. Well, of course, when I'm writing my strips, this is excellent fodder for me because I have 2 children, ages 7 and 5, and that's actually how one of my strips about Feng Shui was written. It's the one where the women are talking and she's explaining how she would like to invite Qi into her house because she wants the energy force to run freely through her home. And then, of course, her son goes tearing by, and she says, but not in the living room. Another example in the Feng Shui is you're supposed to surround yourself with beautiful things. Well, I did a little twist on that, and Susan sees Harv walking by, and of course it's Saturday, and he hasn't shaved, and his hair is messy, and he's, you know, slurping out of his cup, and when her friend says, you know, is this what you're doing, surrounding yourself with beautiful things? And she says, not on Saturdays. One of the other Feng Shui strips I did was the women were asking the question, what is Qi actually? And the answer is, well, I'm not quite sure, but it might be Chinese for dust bunnies. And of course, I can relate to dust bunnies. This is a Feng Shui strip, and it's about Susan and Harv, which in between friends, they're married. I have a title, a little subtitle, Feng Shui Says, and it's about removing clutter out of your home and surrounding yourself with beautiful things. And this actually happened with my husband and I when we were trying to clean out some of the clutter from our house, having a debate about what's clutter and what isn't. Well, we decided to just put everything back in the closet and talk about it later. So I guess we didn't do too well getting rid of our clutter. This is the part that I like best when I'm doing it. When the main drawing is done and I get to just do all the little details with the pen, that's when it really starts to take shape, and this is my best part. I get fan mail and I get email letters from readers and on certain topics, you know, that interest them, and I was really surprised to hear from you people that you had seen my cartoons and that you wanted to put them on your show, and it was quite thrilling for me. I really enjoyed it. I think they've been presented very nicely, and it's been a real thrill for me to see the cartoon actually on the TV. Cartooning is, it's an incredible job. I mean, I couldn't hope to have a better career than this. It's the type of job where I don't even think about retirement. There's just so many aspects of this job that I haven't even touched on yet that I'd like to get into. I'd like to see my cartoons animated. I'd like to get into greeting cards and books. But it's every day to just go down and write about what I want and draw what I want. It's, you know, you can't really compare it to anything else.